What's up, guys? On the fly, final score. We do a Wednesday update. A little quick on another live, but excuse me. But last night when we did the live update, and we talked about the last appearance of the Kiss Hot in the Shade era group with Paul Jean, Bruce, and the late great Eric Carr. Little did I realize that today is the late great Eric Carr's birthday. Morning, Brian. Morning, Brian. Did not realize last night that Eric Carr's birthday was today, July 12th. He was born July 12th, 1950. Of course, passed away November 24th, 1991. Last night we talked so much about him, but I think he deserves every bit of it. He was one of my favorite, if not my favorite drummer of all time. Um, you know, yeah, you hear the stories about how everything went down at the end with him and Kiss, between him and especially between him and Paul, but this guy, while he was in the band, everybody can say what they want to. Coming off the Elder, and was it done intentionally? Probably so. The way they boosted the drums on Creatures to make it sound more of a rock album, it was incredible. I mean, I fell in love with it. His makeup right away for me was so great. I'm gonna try to bring up a picture of him in makeup. Let's see here. And I want a good one. I mean, all of them are good, but there's one in particular I look for that shows him playing. I mean, then they had the Hawk. Who's going to be the Hawk? Which that would have been, the makeup on that would have been really bad, from what I've seen. But yeah, I mean, the Fox fit him. I mean, let's see. Where is a good picture? Like, I don't see the one I usually get up here. But hold on. All right, so we're gonna share this. Sorry, guys, I wanna. That right there. I mean, and I know, when they did Eric's and they did Vinny's, it was getting kind of, the Ankh Warrior. But and Paul and Gene make the comments like, we did the Fox, we did the Ankh Warrior. The Fox was cool. I'm not so sure about Vinny's makeup. I know a lot of people like that, but I was not that big of a fan of the Ankh Warrior makeup. Even back then, it was probably a good thing they took it off then. I don't know what else they could have come up with, but that right there, and there's a picture, and I'll share it on. I know I've got it on my Facebook memories, in the Facebook group. I'll share that later on today. About it's a picture that I want to share. That I like, my favorite picture of him playing in that makeup. But yeah, I did not realize last night when we started talking about it that today was his birthday. He would have been what, 73 today? Wow. It's a shame, he dies at 41, so it's been 32 years since he passed. Hmm. Uh, would he have still been in the band? Uh, there was a lot of tension that you didn't. I mean, if you watch some of I know they were doing an exposed to documentary, and they talk, people talk about him and Paul didn't even talk to each other during the Hot to Shade tour, which was the last tour. And now Paul, of course, Paul came out in the Howard Stern interview and kind of said one of his big regrets was not realizing how serious everything was. And, there's rumors about. I'm not going to get into what the rumors were about how he got done the last few weeks or months of his life. Um, but yeah, it's a it's a day that we should celebrate. Play Little Caesar, play his solo album that's out there. If you're a Kiss fan, I've got one of my prized Kiss possessions over here was a. Hold on, let me get it. I'll get it. The Eric Carr creatures version with the drums and everything. I've had this for a while. That sits proudly in my display case. So yeah, I like I said last night, Eric is my second favorite member of Kiss, and right behind Ace, closely followed by Bruce. Yeah, I'm not Paul and Gene are not in the top three. So nothing personal. I just like those three guys better than I do Paul and Gene. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and just say happy heavenly birthday to the Fox, to Eric Carr, and we miss him down here. Definitely been missed over the um, last 32 years. And guys, last night we talked about the on the fly playlist that we shared with you. Shared number 2 with you last night. Number 1 had been shared. If you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Music, you can listen to it there. Just 10 songs that I put together on a list. I try to get a little bit from every genre that I listen to, and it's 10 of my 10 songs that I really listen to. Also, some local talent up there. Martin Terry with Drift which is a absolutely great song. If you haven't, give that a listen to that. And I'll have some local music up there on my list and future list, and some guys you may not have heard of before, but are getting their foot in the door. So we've actually got some big news coming up for somebody that just made an appearance in the chat room, and we won't be we'll be talking about that later on down the line in a future episode with him. Um, what are your plans for today, guys? I'm off today. A little hot and humid outside. I know I've actually got a show to record tonight. It's going to be a fun one. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet. I got a show tomorrow night that I'm recording for the final score. So it's going to be a busy week. Next week will be busy. Vacation starts is it the 23rd? Hold on. 24th. Yeah, vacation starts the 24th. Working in the city. Brian is working in the city today. Can't wait to get home to his guitar. Yeah, I still got to pick up mine. Sorry. Football, podcast, work, family, and I've got to find some time to pick up that guitar. Start with it. I just got to find a starting point. I'll put it that way. Probably go for a run in just a few minutes. Best to do it during the morning, and before it gets too humid. We got workout. My football team has that little voluntary workout tonight, so I'll be doing that, and then do the podcast after that. So busy day for off day. Wonder what I'm gonna have for lunch. I haven't thought about that. Do I want to go anywhere and pick up lunch? I don't know. I don't think I do. I think I want to just stick around the house. But yeah, like I said last night, too, guys, throwing out a prayer for big supporter of the show, Robert Matthews. His wife just had, which it wasn't emergency surgery, it was scheduled surgery, but you always want to have a smooth recovery for anything like that. So send out prayers to Kathy this morning, and hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully she's recovering nicely. And like I said last night, if anybody missed the live coverage of me singing Rush's Limelight over and over again from 11:30 to like 12:30, sorry you missed it. There is no footage, but yeah, if you think I sat there saying uh, a Rush song, I'm sorry, try to do the Rush thing, not my cup of tea. Geddy Lee, Neil Peart, uh, Alex Lifeson, great. I'm sure they're great musicians, but I just can't get into Rush, into that music. Robert Tanner, you can shoot me, whatever. But that's what I'm into. Yeah, that's what I'm into, representing this morning. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's gonna be a short update this morning. Maybe I'll be back later on in the afternoon if something happens. Um, wow, the whole Ozzy thing is still fresh on my mind. With him backing down, will he ever be able to get back up on stage and do a Ozzy show like he used to? I don't think so. I mean, I hate to doubt the guy, but what he's been through, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Father Time catches up with everybody. Oh wow, what was the song? What was the Rush song? Because I'm not familiar. I know Tom Sawyer, I know Subdivisions, and I know Limelight. That's the three songs I know from Rush. So that tells you how much that but I did try. There is a Rush album that was on the album challenge. I did try that, and yeah, didn't. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Tom. Tom from Shout Out Loudcast too. Another big Rush fan. I just couldn't do it. Working Man. Okay, maybe I have heard Working Man. That rings a bell for some reason. But anyway, I don't think anything big's coming up that I know of. But uh, we'll have another show coming out later on today from On the Fly and the Final Score. So go out there, subscribe, 5-star review, and that way, whenever something comes out, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go looking for it. It's right there. It comes right to you. So do that, guys. And Brian, hope your day goes by quickly and get back home to that guitar. You might want to say you want to get back home to Annie. Can't wait to get home to Annie and my guitar, so you won't get into the doghouse again. But I know how Brian will be. We'll have a show with Brian in a couple of weeks, and that one should be a fun one. But all right, guys, have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next time on the Fly and the Final Score.